Welcome back to the Pharmacy Pearls Opioid Overdose Education video series. Previously, we reviewed how to recognize an opioid overdose. In the next several videos, we'll look at how to respond to one, starting with this crucial first step: call 911 to get help. If an individual does not respond to stimulation, you should immediately call 911. Continued attempts at stimulation will only waste valuable time in helping the individual breathe. An overdose is a medical emergency, and trained medical professionals should assess the condition of the overdose victim. Even though a medication called naloxone can reverse the overdose, there may be other health problems of which the responder may not be aware. In addition, people who survive any type of overdose are at risk of experiencing other health complications, such as pneumonia and heart problems. Getting someone examined by a medical professional is an important part of reducing harms associated with overdosing. Remember that naloxone only works if there are opioids involved with the overdose. It cannot reverse an overdose on benzodiazepines, cocaine, or alcohol. Individuals who overdose can die because they choke on their own vomit, called aspiration. This can be avoided by putting the individual in the recovery position. The recovery position is when you lay the person on his or her side, his or her body supported by a bent knee, with his or her face turned to the side. This position decreases the chances of an individual choking on his or her vomit. If you have to leave the person at all, even for a minute to phone 911, make sure you put them in the recovery position. Unfortunately, in many locations today, fear of the criminal justice system is the #1 barrier stopping people from calling 911 during an overdose. Hence the need for an applicable Good Samaritan law, which would grant immunity from drug charges to those who call 911 to report an overdose. The intent of such a law is to save lives by reducing the fear of calling 911. Nonetheless, if you can't stay with the victim until help arrives, leave the person in the recovery position and direct those coming to help where to find the victim. When calling 911, you should say if the victim's breathing has slowed or stopped, if he or she is unresponsive, and the exact location of the individual. If naloxone was given and it didn't work, this is also important information to tell the dispatcher. In many communities, the police respond along with the ambulance to 911 calls. Thanks for watching. In the event of an opioid overdose, remember to call 911 for help. Next, we'll discuss how to respond to an opioid overdose by performing rescue breathing. If you enjoyed this video, please show your support for Pharmacy Pearls by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Take care.